So, here we have another rather controversial movie in this series. I'm not gonna lie, this is a movie that I actually quite enjoy. But, what do I see that the rest of the world seems to outright hate? Well, considering what we'll be seeing from later X-Men movies, it's better in comparison, at least from some of the very later entries. So I think it's time for us to dig into the plot of this little baby. After the last movie, Cyclops and others have been enlarged funks of Jean Grey's death. And in order of a cure for mutants has everyone kind of on edge a bit. Magneto has even restarted the Brotherhood of Mutants thanks to the disenfranchised mutant culture, who are enraged about the whole idea of them being able to be cured. At the same time, the X-Men discover Jean is in fact still alive, with the split off and warped personality in the driver's seat, and full-on world-breaking telepathic power at her disposal. And also, she kills Cyclops. Now the X-Men and the Brotherhood are up against each other over the fight for the cure, the fate of mankind, and the power of this personality known as the Phoenix. Then let's get into this outright. They messed up the Phoenix stuff. In the comics, the Phoenix is this cosmic entity that chooses a host with its abilities and powers seemingly overriding and overpowering itself, turning him into the Dark Phoenix. That is a gross oversimplification of what the Phoenix is, what it represents, and all that stuff, but it's not some kind of super hidden power inherent to Jean Grey. Multiple people have held the power of the Phoenix, including Cyclops, who dies in this movie, but no one really cares all that much about Cyclops. Did he even do much in the last movie? Now I think about it, he really did nothing at all outside of the first movie. So again, no one really cares about Cyclops. Like at all. Until he becomes an asshole, but that's a whole other conversation. But yeah, they got the Phoenix wrong. They never seem to actually understand what the Phoenix is because in later movies they still seem to get it wrong. We'll get into that when we get into that. But that's not the only odd thing here. Mystique at one point is cured of her mutant powers and then immediately turns on Magneto out of spite for him abandoning her. Now I know this is something that common Mystique would easily do, but in the movie Mystique seems to be so low to Magneto that this is unspeakable. The point where a lot of people consider the fact they have a romantic relationship, which in the comics Mystique is just using Magneto and Magneto was just using Mystique. It's a two-way streak of both being assholes to each other. Overall, a lot of stuff in this movie is kind of whack. I mean, again, they kill off Cyclops within like the first 20 minutes, for God's sake. You think he could at least go for an hour. I do have to admit, with all that, I still love this movie. The death scene to do Professor X is a pretty good death scene, one of the better ones he's gotten, and trust me, this guy's died a lot. And I love Beast. Beast is one of my favorite X-Men. Instead of Nightcrawler from the last movie, they completely nailed it. And that's why I love them for it. They completely nailed Beast. I love all of Beast's scenes. I love the little moment where he meets the boy who's responsible for the cure. And for a quick moment, he even considers the possibility that the cure might be a good thing. That's subtle and great. And yes, Wolverine does inevitably take the wheel for the movie because this is pretty much Wolverine show 24/7 for these things until he's not in movies anymore. But we'll get into that later. And let's be honest, the whole scene on the San Francisco Bridge, the final fight in general, and the moral questions that the whole cure thing brings up, which really aren't really gone that much into outside of Rogue subplot towards the end of the movie. It's all good. So much good here, but at the same time, so much crap. It's evenly balanced in my opinion. And yes, before anyone mentions that Angel is in the movie, and like Gambit in the later movie feels completely pointless. It's a shame as Angel is a good character, but he feels pointless at time. He feels like he's nothing more than an extended cameo. He's just there to meet his father's motivation for a cure in the beginning, and near the end to save his dad from falling to death. Yeah, he has one or two scenes in the middle, but again, it still feels so ultimately pointless. And yeah, I do admit again there are other faults in this movie, but I just ended up liking it too much. It's dumb. It's brilliantly dumb in its own way. It tries, God bless it, it tries after seeing at least three movies where no one gave a damn. Oh, two, honestly, where no one gave a damn. So it's good to see someone actually put any goddamn effort into something. So, I'm honestly happy with the final product for this one. Again, I know it's definitely more than a big dumb action movie, but honestly, sometimes I just want a big dumb action movie. So, I do recommend this one, but temper expectations a bit, people.